Hi, how's it going? You're gonna get
Yeah, I got it. First of all, I'm Przemek Fryczkiewicz. I right now in Frontline Academy Oslo. This is for a time of MAPL. You have a lot of Polish fans, if you know.
Yep.
First of all, I would like to say hi and wish you all the best from Frontline Academy Poland. They were here also like last
Awesome,
year,
awesome.
and they said like hi and wish you all the best.
Nice. Thank you so much. I love the Polish fans. Polish fans are very dedicated, and I know that MMA is huge there. I've been to Poland and I've been to KSW, and so I really appreciate the support from Polish fans.
Yeah, right now I'm sorry because I have a lot of questions for you, Jack. So
Let's
I will
do
be
it.
using my phone.
Yeah.
How are you feeling a month before a fight?
I feel great. I feel like I'm in super good shape, almost too good, you know. So I feel like I'm supposed to take it a little bit easy now, so I don't overdo it because I feel in amazing shape. You know, in this fight I got to know in a good time span, so I knew it that was gonna have a fight in Denmark. So I've been training for this fight for quite some time now, and yeah, I feel in really good shape, and everything is going according to the plan.
Okay. What you can say about your next opponent? It will be Jared Cannonier. Last time he beat Anderson Silva, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What can you say about him?
You know, he came into the UFC as a heavyweight, and he went. I think it was 2 fights in heavyweight, then 2 in light heavyweight, and now 2 in middleweight. And as a middleweight, he's undefeated. He has 2-0 in the UFC. So this might be his weight class. He's a powerful striker. It's a pretty good description, I think, and physical, very strong.
Okay. It will be your second main event in a row. Now it will be like close to Sweden, to Norway. And also Jared is lower on the ranking than you.
Yeah.
You feel some pressure or just motivated before that fight?
You know, I always feel pressure because it means so much to me, you know, each and every fight. But of course, it's you know, I have a lot to lose since he's lower ranked than me. But at the same time, I feel like I want to be the best in the world, and I really feel like I can be that. So I'm supposed to beat this guy, you know, and I will show everybody that I'm capable of that.
In my, like this year was I work here in Frontline Academy Oslo. It was like Alistar, Overeem, Volker Ozdemir, and their coach Babak Neyat,
Yep.
right? How you recall that time with them?
Great. At that time, I think I was sick or injured or something, so I didn't get that many training in with them. But I got a couple, and we had a great time together. And yeah, so it's always great to have good guys and high quality fighters as them come and visit our academy.
Who was your main sparring partner for that fight?
For Jared, you know, it's always the guys that I have here at Frontline Academy, and some of them is Kenneth Berg, Mohsen Bahari, Håkon Foss, Emil Mek, Martin Hamlet, yeah, and a lot of other good fighters. So we have a crew here, and everybody's trying to help out and yeah, give. Their special skills into this. So yeah, feels good.
Full camp you had here, or just go somewhere else? Just only here, see?
Yeah, only here. I've that's how I've been doing it my whole career, basically. Just do it here at Frontline Academy or in Oslo, and sometimes people come and visit, and sometimes you know. I can do some training with some boxers or somebody else from another club, but mainly 99% is done here at Frontline Academy.
It will be the Copenhagen. So how many days or weeks do you need to do acclimatization there, or just go like 1 week before?
Yeah, that's so good about this fight that I don't have to travel that far, so it's super close. And I think I will go there as late as possible, but it's more gonna be about the media. So I think that they will have me there for fight week and do some recordings and so on. So I will probably be there from Monday, I think.
Saturday night you watched the UFC 241.
Of course.
Yeah, and the mostly you probably watch Romero versus Costa,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, how you feel about this? Like, what you can say about that fight?
Yeah, it's a great fight and great fighters, and you know, two such powerful guys in there makes fireworks, and yeah, I think it was a great fight, and I'm looking forward to fight those guys eventually. So yeah, it's nice that we have a great division that people like to watch.
Yeah, and this fight was like the two scariest middleweight ever.
Yeah.
Like it was an amazing fight.
Yeah, great
and
fight.
right now Costa is the second on the ranking.
Yep.
You are the fifth.
Yep.
And Romero is the third,
Yeah.
probably. You are not scared about like that too. After that fight, you will need one more fight to title shot, or just you after that fight you will celebrate like you made title shot if will be gonna happen at first.
Yeah, it's so hard to know what the UFC thinks and how they're gonna do, but I think that it's a possibility that if I have a great performance, I might get the next one, but it's very likely that Costa will get the next title shot after Adesanya and Whitaker have fought, and it's very likely that they will match me up against Kelvin Gastelum, I think, but it's also possible that they will put him against somebody else. So it's really hard to say actually. So, but I'm gonna try to make a great performance, and if I beat Cannonier, then I beat three-person inside of the top 10 rankings, and hopefully that's enough to convince them that I earn a title shot as well.
Because when announced your fight versus Jared Cannonier, I was a bit I knew it will be like main event on UFC Copenhagen because it's close to you. You after Jacare Souza, you get some more popular. You get like you was 4 on the ranking.
Yeah.
So I knew it will be you, but I thought it will be also Kelvin Gastelum.
Yeah.
And when they announced Jared Cannonier, I was a bit like shocked,
Yeah.
or I don't know how it's named, like.
Yeah, and no, I wanted Gastelum. UFC wanted Gastelum, and but Gastelum said that no, I need some more time. And to be honest, I think that he had a lot of other stuff, private stuff or sponsor stuff or whatever scheduled. So he needed to do them before he could get back into training, because I've seen that he has been traveling and doing stuff. So I think that was in his mind. He needed to do those stuff that work there. So he didn't want it in Copenhagen, basically. He said that he want to fight me, but he want to fight me in November. And UC wanted me as the main event in Copenhagen, so we couldn't make the fight happen. And then I asked, who is the next one in the ranking that's available? And they said, it's Cannonier. And I said, all right, we'll have to do it.
So you are not happy about your opponent, or just his.
I really wanted Gastelum for this fight, and so it wasn't my choice at all. So I hope that the fans and the UFC appreciates that I step up for this fight, and hope that I can make a great performance. But for me, it's also about staying active. I like to be an active fighter. I feel like I'm the best when I'm active, so I don't want to sit on the bench and wait for half a year before our next fight. So yeah, I really wanted to fight on this card as well. So yeah, I'm all right about it, and yeah, and hopefully it will be a bigger fight the next time.
I was watching you from the first fight from UFC, and maybe I can get wrong, but I've never seen Aristo Manzuri in your corner. He will be in Copenhagen.
No.
Why?
Not.
Why he not go with you? No.
Usually because I have like several coaches. I have Aristo, I have Teta, I have Mossen, but I feel like for example, when he coaches me, it's about pure boxing skills. and when we get into the cage, the main man that almost says everything regarding fighting in there is my MMA coach Mossen, and the other guys they are there a little bit for me in the training during fight week, and then I want to train with them. It's more like MMA drills, so I have my MMA fighter friends that's there with me. So and this has just been working well for me. So I think I will just yeah, continue with that.
Because in the usually in your corner is Moxen,
Mosen
Håkon,
and
and
Kenneth,
Kenneth.
or Håkon or Kenneth.
Okay.
But this time it's gonna be Håkon, Kenneth, and Mosen. Yeah.
Yeah. In your opinion, who's gonna win, Israel Adesanya or Robert Whittaker, and who will be the best choice, like the best option for you and for the future, like to challenge with him?
I think that Whittaker will win. I feel like he has a little bit better footwork, and it's gonna be hard for Adesanya to reach. And I feel like he can blast through Adesanya's defense with quick attacks. But it's very hard to say. Both are great fighters. I feel like Robert Whittaker maybe is a little bit more all round, and I think that for me, Robert Whittaker is the harder fight. But I'm happy to fight any one of them, and if I can choose, I would love to fight Whittaker because he's been champ for a while, and it's cooler to fight a champ that has been for some time, instead of the new champ. So I would prefer Whittaker.
Uh, when you when you watched the fight Costa versus Romero, did you saw some specials that you can beat them, like or Romero or Costa, because that was they uh, they block the punches like face. It was amazing.
I feel like the more all-round fighter than both of them, but and I feel like at least as skillful, maybe more skillful, but they are more powerful. I feel like than me, and to handle that power, it can be very very hard. So I think it's a very very hard fight. Both Romero and Costa is tough fights. But I do believe in myself, and I do believe that I can beat anyone. I just need to have the right game plan and to be ready when I step in there. So very tough fights, but I believe that I can beat them.
Yeah. Also, last time Darren Till, he also write on Instagram that he's gonna move to middleweight.
Yeah.
And then he offered a fight in Madison Square Garden, this UFC 244 versus Kevin Gastelum. So how can you comment on this? Like move to Darren Till, because on welterweight he was a beast.
Yeah.
He was like hype trained,
Yeah.
really the mostly
Yeah.
welterweight.
I think it's gonna be tougher for him in the middleweight, but it's hard to know. But he might, I think they should give him somebody a little bit lower, maybe yeah, like a Jared Cannonier or Derek Brunson or somebody, Uriah Hall. I don't know, somebody that's just a little bit. It can be inside the top 15 for sure, but somewhere there before they give him like a top 5 guy.
How many popular did you get after fight versus Jacare Souza? Because it was like short notice. It was 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
Before the event, and you got it, and it was also. I was scary that watch the fight about your cardio, but it was amazing also you did it in 5 rounds, like so. How how the popular is going on after that fight?
It's going upwards, and you can definitely feel a big push right after the fight. Now it's a little bit calmer again, and it's gonna be interesting to see the reactions after the Copenhagen fight, because it's really hard to see it to know is it gonna draw much attention or is it not. You know, because I'm fighting Cannonier, that's not the biggest name, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how it go after this. But my popularity is going upwards, and I think that's a good thing with having another main event that I can continue to build my name because I think the UFC wants big names in their title fights, so that's a good thing.
Last month, probably, it was the fight Kenneth Berg, your friendly guy from Frontline,
Yeah.
versus Antonio Trocoli.
Yeah.
And it was on Danwar, it's a contender series. And Kenneth Berg lost by submission. But
Yeah.
after that fight, this guy, his opponent, he failed the drug test.
Yeah.
How can you comment it? And I saw the campaign of that to you guys want him also in UFC Copenhagen. How is it?
Yeah, you know, we didn't hear anything about it for Kenneth regarding Copenhagen. You know, we thought it might be fair, you know, when he lost to a guy that failed the drug test. But it's always bad, you know. It's a part of the sport, you know. Sometimes that happens, and you know, you have to be prepared for it. That you might go in there against somebody that is cheating, and but I feel like for Kenneth, after that message, I feel like he can just maybe. Yeah, rethink, you know, and get new motivation for his next fight. So it's nothing we can do about it, but I think it shows that the candidate deserves another shot. Yeah, maybe at the contender series or yeah, as we mentioned, like Copenhagen. I would love to see him there, but yeah.
What happened with Emil Mek? I saw him right now. Yesterday had a birthday, so happy for him. And what happened? He had some offers, or you don't know, or you can't say about it.
I don't know actually, but I'm expecting him to have something very soon. But I'm not 100% sure actually.
Okay.
So, or actually, I don't know. I speculate. I think it's something going on there, but I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in Norway, MMA is illegal.
Yep.
And what do you think? Because it was some speak about it. Like maybe next year can be legal here in Norway. Some guys works about that. And what do you think your current average weight ranking can be like motivated for them to your top 5 in UFC middleweight? So and you're still here. Your camp is here. You're living here. And what do you think about that also?
I think it should be affecting it, and I'm trying to, you know. Show the Norwegians this sport, and I'm trying to campaign for us to get it legal, but it's so hard in Norway to get those things through. So, but yeah, I want to be the face forward for sure in Norwegian MMA, and we have some people in the MMA Federation that are working for it, and hopefully they can make it happen. And yeah, I'm ready to do what it takes to get it legal here in Norway.
Yeah. In Poland, a lot of fighters have a like sports psychologist. Do you use some of them in Norway?
Yeah, I have one that I've been working with, and it's made a huge difference for me, and it's one of the best things I've done in my career too. So I can recommend it to anybody out there, and as long as you find the right person, you're gonna be surprised how much it can help you.
Okay. How would you rate in MMA sports level in Norway and Sweden?
It's great because especially if you see like I think the average MMA fighter in Norway and Sweden is really really good. Like the skill set of the average MMA fighters. There's many other countries where there are so many more MMA fighters, and you get some really good ones. But I think like the average here is extremely good, and that's something that you can see, especially like in amateur MMA and amateur world championships, how well the Nordic countries is doing. And it's also they have a great reputation around Europe for their high quality. So I think it's just a matter of time before we're gonna see even more great talent up in the biggest leagues. So I ranked the Nordic MMA scene very highly.
Yeah, and also how can you compare the Polish MMA if you're watching Polish MMA with Scandinavia? Like not MMA, like not MMA, but MMA because in Poland we have like the the KSW we have Fight Exclusive Night, what was Emil Mek was fighting there,
Yep.
and but here we had like in Scandinavian it is like oh it's only UFC, Cage Warriors, and maybe some but smaller organization than, for example, KSW. They make like
Yeah.
really huge event for that, like every fourth month. Like,
Yeah, I think that's something that's a little bit special with Poland, and it's almost no other countries that can do that. That what KSW is doing. So I think that's something really special. Just in Poland, it's really really hard to make that happen. But we did have a bit better and wider show scene before. Like in Sweden, we had like Rumble of the Kings and Superior Challenge. Superior Challenge is still there, but they could sell a lot of seats before. But since UFC came, the popularity of the other ones went down, so it's harder to sell tickets now. So I think that's something that you can yeah, and that's probably going to happen in most of places, but it hasn't happened in Poland. So that says something about Poland, and it's really really cool that you can have such a great show like KSW there at the same time as UFC are having their shows.
and because on in 2015, Mohsen Bahari was fighting versus Boris
Yeah,
Moikovsky. He was a champion at that time in KSW. It was in Poznan.
I was there.
Yeah, he was there on the corner. How you can recall that time in Poland?
It
Like
was
in front of like organization sites and like Poland, like Poland.
yeah, I loved my time in Poland, and also a really really cool time there. I enjoyed myself, and the show was amazing, and it give you a little bit more of a Japanese feeling. You know, it's a little bit more show, and it's a little bit flashier, and I love that part of it. So I would love that the UFC was using a little bit more of that as well. You know, the awesome presentations and so on. So I think that's super cool, and KSW was really really cool experience.
It was never like some speaks between you and KSW before UFC or no?
I don't remember, but it's always a little bit hard with contracts when you have UCG, you know, as a goal, because many times people they don't like to sign one fight contracts. They want to have several fights and so on. So I wanted to have my UFC options open. So, but I can't recall if we did have a talk or not actually.
Okay. If you are following Polish fighters, so who is the mostly fighters that you know from Poland?
Yeah.
In Europe, probably you know about Mamet Kalidov. He was
Yeah,
middleweight
of
also.
course. Yeah, I've been,
In UFC, we have Krzysztof Jotko.
yeah. Of course I know those guys. Uh, Jotko is also a middleweight, of course. So I had my eyes on him, and
Light heavyweight Jan Bohowicz.
Yeah, Blahovic, Joanna. Yeah, of course.
she probably the most.
Yeah.
Um,
And I'm a big fan of hers. I really like her. She has a cool personality as well, and a great fighter. So she's probably one of my favorite Polish fighters.
uh, Alexander Gustafsson has retired.
Yeah.
Will you you think about it like if his retirement right now, so you could be a main event guy in Sweden for the next events.
I would love to be that. So I really hope that UC are coming back the next year, and I'm gonna do everything I can to have main event there.
Yeah, and how start your adventures with MMA? And also, I have like one big question: why Norway, not Sweden? You're from Sweden, you're born in Sweden, but you're from here. You're right now fighting by also Norway and Sweden.
Yep.
But why, for example, not All Stars Gym, right?
Yep.
No, even Frontline Academy also.
Well, when I finished school, it was a really hard to get work in Sweden. So a lot of Swedish people went to Norway to work, as a lot of Polish people also do. And I went here to find a job, and started to train MMA here. And I started to train at Frontline Academy, and then also together with Team Hellboy, Joachim Hansen. And I really enjoyed the team here, the feeling, I felt like I belonged in the group, and I liked the training. So since then I was just like stuck here, and loved it ever since. So that's the reason I came to Norway to work, but I stayed because of the MMA.
How many years plan to fight? Like still after, you have like a limit maybe when like right now Daniel Cormier he is actually 40 and he told like before maybe in 40 I wanna stop career. So you have your limit of age about that?
40, never more than 40. Never, absolutely not more than 40. But I've been thinking like 38 has always been a number in my head. Like when I'm 38, I'm probably done. And I think that's pretty good. Like 6 more years in the UFC. I should be able, as I like to fight 3-4 times a year, should be able to make my career happen in that time span. But you never know, if I reached high goals in that time, and then it's hard to stop fighting when you start to earn good money as well. Like, okay, now I suddenly have a good pay, and now I'm gonna say I'm done with this sport. It doesn't make sense, but at the same time, for me, it has always been about achieving the big goal, and becoming the best in the world. And I do believe that if I get to a point where I don't think that I can reach that goal, I'm probably done.
After that fight, you plan vacation or just be ready for a call from UFC?
After this one, it's hard. Let's say like this: if it's a big enough fight, I might take it. But like a title fight, I would take it in a couple of hours. Of course, I always will say yes to a title fight. But besides that, I'm thinking about should I fight in November or not, like in Madison Square Garden, for example. I'm not sure. It might depend on how easy the fight is, or if I feel like my body is good afterwards. Um, if it's a quick fight and my body is 100%, and I got offered Kevin Gastelum in Madison Square Garden, that could maybe happen.
Because it was after, because on that year they did you fight versus Gerald Melcher.
Yep.
After that it was Jacare Souza.
Yep.
And right now it will be Jared Cannonier. So you plan also one fight more?
And also David Branch was before Sosa fight.
Yes.
I think I would like one more fight this year actually. I think so. But it really depends on, like, now I'm fighting Cannonier. Next one has to be a good name, and that's what's it's about. So if they will give me a good name, I don't think. I don't think they will put Costa against me and Romero, but he probably wanna rest, after this fight for a long time. So maybe Gastelum. I think that's probably the only one because with Granada Sana is fighting in October. If they need somebody to step in, if they injure themselves, I will be ready.
Yeah, it was also like nice to see like that. I showed the first time. It was versus Darren Till versus Tyron Woodley. When Kamaru Usman was that second fighter, if something happened, if for example Darren Till miss weight or Tyron Woodley gonna miss weight, and last time versus where was fighting Max Holloway versus Frank Edgar, Alexander Volkanovski was also like that. This fighter, he get paid for a fight week for everything.
Yeah, they
but he was ready. Yeah.
Reserve fighters.
Yeah. What do you think? It is good idea for that, or
Just for title fights.
just for
Yeah,
title
just for
fight?
title fights. Yeah, but that's all right, and I will do that for the title fight.
Some of fighters like they don't like fight that high like main event. If can be the same money, this like the same everything, you prefer to fight like as a main event or just like go to the Copenhagen, make this fight really fast, first or second, and go home?
For me, it's I just want the big fights and I want the belt. That's what it's about for me. So that's what I'm thinking about. So. And probably if you do a main event, you're gonna have more eyes on you, and that's gonna probably more likely lead to a title fight. That's what I will do.
We celebrate the win fights, like you go with your friends, or you just go stay with your family, just chill, and that's it.
Usually, this one I probably will have family around, so I might say hi to them. But usually I just try to get some good food, and then I watch my fight a couple of times, and then I try to sleep. It's hard to sleep though after fights. But.
And it will be Copenhagen, so a lot of your friends, your family will come from Sweden, from Norway to Copenhagen. Did they order the flights and everything?
Yeah, they did. So there will be a lot of good support there. So it's gonna be amazing to fight in front of the home crowd.
Thank you for time, Jack. I wish you all the best without injury till this fight, and I wish you great performance on all that fight. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you
Thank you so
likewise.
much.